students, I wanted to show you today how to draw a face, a portrait. And so you're going to start off with an oval shape. And if your oval shape is slightly smaller at the bottom than at the top, that's fine. But you want it to be not too triangular like that. Okay, that's going to look a little more like an alien face. So you want to have it not too triangular. Okay, once you get your shape the way that you want it, you can just erase any unwanted lines. I always draw light until I know it's right, and then I draw darker once I know where my lines go. Little poetry there. Draw light till you know it's right. Okay, once you have your oval shape and it's not like this alien head over here, you are going to draw a line down the center of your face. That is the line of symmetry. If you ever studied what symmetry is in maybe science class, symmetry is when things are the same on both sides, like a mirror image. Then you also need a line down the center going the other direction. So basically just do a big X over the whole thing. Okay, so this line that is in the middle going horizontally is actually going to show us where the eyes for our person go. Our person's eyes should be on that center line. I know that seems a little bit strange, but if you check it out in the mirror and actually look at your eyes, they are in the center of your head. Okay, you are going to then go ahead and add a little detail for your eyes. Try not to make your eyes like this where you can see the whole circle of your iris. That's the colored part of your eye, because you'll look really surprised if you do that. So you want to draw your eyes a little bit more realistically. And everybody's eyes are slightly different in the way that they're shaped and stuff, and how much of an eyelid that you can see. So it's really kind of an individual thing. If you're drawing somebody specific, then you can take a look at that person and adjust their features accordingly. Okay, so halfway between the eye line and the chin, we're going to draw another line. That is how far your nose is going to come down to. And it does not matter how big or small your nose is. It's always going to be that length, and it's always going to fit in this little boxy area that I'm sketching right now. It's going to not be wider than the space between your eyes, and it's not going to be longer than this space. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and sketch in that nose. And again, everybody's nose is a little bit different. You can make adjustments for your person's nose based on who you're drawing, but I'm going to just draw like a really basic nose. Okay, then halfway between this line at the bottom of your nose and your chin, that's where your mouth is going to rest. Don't draw your mouth on that line. Draw it like sitting on top of it. And your mouth is not going to be wider than where your pupil is of your eye, the center of your eye. So don't make it too wide. Right? And we've got a mouth. Okay, so looking good so far. I'm going to go ahead and sketch in some ears. The ears are going to be even with this nose line and the eye line. So right in there. Okay, and depending on your person's hairstyle, you may not be able to see their ears. Your neck is going to grow from where your ears connect to your head. Don't make it a skinny, skinny neck. Some people want to just draw a little tiny neck on their head, and it looks kind of weird. Okay, then for your hairline, you're going to go halfway between the eye line and the top of your head. You'll find that halfway point. And that's your hairline. That's where your hair grows from. So depending on your hairstyle, you may need to draw hair that goes down over your forehead. Like, for example, sometimes you have hair that you comb down in front of your face a little bit like that, and so you'll just draw it accordingly. Decide on your person's hairstyle. If you're drawing a woman, then usually you go for a little bit of a softer jawline, and a lot of times women have um, particular hairstyles that you can add. If you're drawing a man, you may want a more angular jawline, just drawing in those more angular features, and then, draw your hairstyle accordingly for a man. Everybody does their own thing, so there's not really a specific way to draw hairstyles for either gender. Everybody kind of has a variety. For eyebrows, that's another place that if you're not really thinking about what you're doing, you can kind of throw your drawing off. I always tell students about a relative that I had that she would draw on her own eyebrows. That used to be very fashionable, to draw your eyebrows on. And we're going to just draw some little quick cartoons here. So let's say this is a pair of eyes. Anyway, if you draw your eyebrows too angular in, then these look like angry eyes, right? If you draw your eyes too angled out, then your person looks concerned, right? My relative that drew on her eyebrows, she drew them with quite a bit of a curve, and so she looked kind of surprised all the time. So when you draw your eyebrows on for your person, keep that in mind. Don't make them too angular. Don't make them too curved, or you may end up with a kind of expression that you were not intending to do. So, of course, a lot of what you're going to do with your portrait that's going to make it look awesome is shading. I'm going to erase some of these guidelines now that I've got everything kind of in place. I need to change my eraser size back to smaller. Anyway, that's a basic forward-facing portrait, and now my challenge is to continue to add shading and detail to make this person look a little bit better. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stop this video so you can give it a try on your own and show me your work.